Hey friends, this is Lynna, and no, I didn't get beat up in the eye again by my car, but I did probably wear my contact lens too long, so my eye's kind of a little bugged out by it, so I have to wear my glasses again. But the good news is Mark doesn't mind me wearing glasses, so that's a good thing. He says that I look good with or without glasses, so hey, right? But anyway, that's pretty surfacey. It's just, I don't know. I've had contacts since I was 18 years old, and I remember my dad telling me, "I'm not gonna buy you any contact lenses. You lose all your glasses all the time. And imagine those little tiny lenses. You'd lose those really quick." Well, I've never lost contacts, but yes, he was right. Back when I was a kid, I must have lost, I can't remember how many pair of glasses. But, I'm a kid. What are you supposed to do, right? You think that money grows on trees. You don't think that the world is a dangerous place to live. You're just, kind of clueless a little bit. But when I turned 18 and I ended up spending like $300 on my first pair of contact lenses, I was introduced to adulthood pretty quickly. But anyway, yeah, life is good. I'm feeling better, getting stronger every day. Mark and I are doing spectacular. We moved back here into the RV now. It's going on 2 weeks, right, Mark? 2 weeks in the RV, the recreational vehicle, for those that don't know what RV stands for. Um, and we've been doing our new shows. Catching them on the radio is quite easily. You go to a link on either my page or Mark's page, and it'll take you right to the latest show. We're not talking about trans issues as much as we are just talking about issues that face humanity. So we're on the radio more often. We're on like every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And, on Mondays we talk about current events and spirituality, current events and the paranormal and, that kind of thing. We're talking about also like on Wednesdays, nutrition, health, anything that, we think is important for people to understand or to realize about, the system and what's going on with, our food supply, for instance. That's what we talked about just today. We talked about, you know, the dangers of GMO foods and stuff like that. And then on Friday, we talk about spirituality and what? And relationships. Who doesn't want to talk about that? We've got some really cool topics that we're going to talk about on Friday's show that are really, really cool. So I would, if you usually don't watch, well, you can't watch right now, but we're working on the TV show, trying to get a new open going, trying to get, more stories and, interviews and all kinds of new things that we have planned. But right now we've got the radio show up every three days every week, and it should be really, really cool. It's not just for the trans community, but we happen to be trans, so it's really neat to have, that perspective from people that, can see life from a broader spectrum than typically is allowed, because we're going through what we're going through and dealing with what we're dealing with. And it just gives us a little bigger platform in which to help people out, more compassion, for people, less, pointing of fingers and stuff like that. Like my old religious upbringing used to be, that kind of thing. But yeah, so it should be really, really cool, really interesting stuff. So I would definitely recommend you guys to look it up and listen when you can. I know it's hard, but, you know, other things are, just dealing with all the stuff, all the mounds of paperwork that I seem to be getting. hospital bills and bills and bills and bills from, you know, all kinds of stuff. Now that I don't work, it's hard to pay these bills off. So, I'm kind of working on, plan A, plan B, and looking at my options. Today I did something for myself, which I kind of kept a secret from Mark because I wanted to be a surprise. And I colored my hair. It's back to its normal brown, color and stuff like that. So really happy with that. No longer is it red anymore, which Mark was really a fan of. What he was not a fan of, he says, correction. I thought he was. That's why I kept it like that. No, actually, I couldn't do a thing about it because I'm injured, So I was able to get a little bit more energy to do it and stuff like that, and it feels way way better because like my hair matches my eyes now. I don't look like Carrot Top anymore. But we're just going through, life here in Silver City. I'm still waiting for that warm weather to show up that Mark advertised when I first was coming out this way. He was like, "Oh, it's so warm and sunny." Yeah, it's warm and sunny. And I figured, well, it's New Mexico. It's the desert, right? Well, it's high desert. Well, it's not high desert. We're at the foot of the mountain range of the Gila Mountains. So elevation 6,000 feet means that we're always going to still have some form of colder weather in the wintertime. So here it is, February, almost March, and I'm still waiting for Mark to let that weather happen for me, kind of, waiting for that Minnesota weather to kind of, go away, But anyway, it's not that cold here. It's not as cold as when I used to live in Minnesota, which I think it's probably like 2 degrees today or something cold. Just think 2 degrees. That's even colder than a freezer. And people live in that. I lived in that, My favorite place, our temperature to live in would probably be more like my own, like California. I kind of took it for granted when I lived there because I thought, it's always 82 here and it's sunny and not a cloud in the sky. How boring. Well, I kind of, made a mistake in that part because 82 degrees is really kind of nice. And for people that, have to deal with weather, they probably are begging for 82 degrees to show up, on their doorstep. But they have to wait. Like Minnesota waits till like June, I think, for their 80s to come in. And then they only last for a few months, like a couple to be exact. And then they're back to polar temperatures. But, just excited to be here, to be starting afresh and anew, the end of the old and the beginning of new things and stuff. And I'm really looking forward to turning in not just a new page, not just a new chapter, but a whole stinking new book in my life. And I'm happy to share this journey with my love, my boyfriend, my soon-to-be extremely important other person in my life, Mark Angelo Cummings. And I can't wait, to see what happens in our lives as we, continue our lives together and see what God has in store, what the universe has in store for us. Because he's my twin. And funny thing, this is really cool. He just completes me in so many ways. There's so many times when we're thinking that we're kind of thinking the same thing, and or he finishes my sentence or something. It's so amazing. When you find someone that isn't someone that you just love on a human level, but that you have this soul connection with, there's nothing like it. Nothing like it in the world. So that's what's going on with me. Not a whole lot. Not too terribly much. Maybe another time I'll be able to report to you guys from outside or something like that, because it seems like all the videos I do, whereas I used to do them in my car, now I do them in the RV. That's my new car, the RV, recreational vehicle. Anyway, see you guys. Have a great night. Love you. Bye.